By far, one of my most favorite things about music and music production is 808s or bass, quad, knock, whatever you want to call it. I love the way it sounds, the way it feels. I even love the way the speakers look when they're playing it back. And so in this video, we're going to take a look at creating our own 808s with Mai Tai. And many of us probably have sample packs or 808 samples on our hard drive that we load into a sampler and play back for our tracks. If you're just getting started with music production or Studio One, we'll take 120 seconds and look at that really quickly. So if I F9 and come to the file browser, we can see I have an 808 folder. So I could, we can audition these by double clicking and then moving up and down with the arrows. I'm going to right click on this and send to a new sample one. And so in Studio One, this is going to open up the sample one and automatically map this 808 across our keyboard. So now if I press caps lock to open up the virtual QWERTY keyboard here, I can then immediately play that sample back across the range of the keyboard. But what we want to take a look at is how we can create our own 808s within Mai Tai so that in this way we can actually tailor it to the sound of the song that we are working on and also have something that's unique that no one else has, because a lot of people use the same sample packs and you'll hear a lot of the same 808s. And it's also just really fun to work with bass, at least for me. So let us remove that sample one. I'll hide the QWERTY keyboard for now and Shift T to remove that track out. Let's come to our Instruments tab and bring in the Mai Tai. And I think you'll be surprised at some of the parameters here and how they can allow you to create the 808 that's going to fit best with your music and the sound that you want. Because some of us want a smooth bass, some of us want that dirty, grimy bass. So my hope is at the end of this tutorial, you'll understand the different parameters that you can use to create the sound that you want. And my goal is not to teach you how to create one or two specific type of 808s, but give you a better understanding of the parameters and how you can use them to create the quad that you want. All right, so let's close out the browser. And the first thing that we want to do is come up to the preset area where it says default, click on the down arrow, and let's initialize Mai Tai. This is going to take it into a kind of basic state so we can begin working with this. I will caps lock again to bring up the virtual QWERTY keyboard. Now when we initialize, we're going to start off with a saw. And let's take our virtual QWERTY keyboard down from C3 to C2. And you next want to change this to a sine. And we can use the octave to lower the sine by octaves. And I'm going to take this all the way down. So if you're listening to this on earbuds or phone speakers, this is not going to really be helpful for you. You really need to have some nice quality headphones or studio speakers. Okay, so we've got our basic sine and the start of an 808. So one of the next things that we'll want to take a look at is the amp envelope. And this is going to determine how that sine, that sub sound, plays back over a period of time. So if I tap, if you tap your key or pad, drum pad, and immediately release, it's not going to play back for any length of time because our release is turned all the way down. So first I'm going to take this up. You can see in the pop-down menu, it's going to show the time in milliseconds and seconds of how long your release is going to be. So let's take this up to about maybe 2 seconds and hear how that sounds. I'm going to take this up just a little bit more. Now, even though we're working with the sub, I'm going to change the quality here from normal to supreme. And the next thing is, if you notice, you can hear phasing and it just sounds muddy and nasty. So we want to change from poly. By default, this is going to play back 8 voices at a time. If you trigger 8 voices, let's change that to mono. So now when I play back, each note is going to cut the previous one off and it's going to sound a lot better. We also, while we're in this global settings section, we also have a glide. So if you wanted to create a glide for your 808, you can activate this. So by default, if I press and hold, you can take note of the keyboard here or the QWERTY keyboard up above. If I press and hold a key, and then while holding trigger another one, it's going to cut the previous one off. So even though all 3 are held, the previous ones are being cut off immediately. But if we'd like a glide, we can go ahead and activate that. Let's take the glide time up a little bit. So now, even though I'm holding all 3, you can see that a glide is created when I trigger the other ones. So just know that this is there if that's the effect that you want on your 808. But for now, I'm going to take this off. Let's now move over to the filter section and we're going to take a look at the drive, and this is going to add saturation to our 808. Okay, we then have, and we can take this up even further. To start to get some of that distortion going on, we have a punch, and this is going to add a percussive sound to the initial attack of your 808. So if we take the punch up, take that back down, and so this may be something that you want to adjust along with the attack here. So when we take this all the way up, we get some clicking. So you could also adjust the attack in the amp envelope. To get the effect that you want. But for now, I'm going to take the amp back down and take the punch back down as well. The next area that we can use to shape our sound is the character section. And the character section uses wave shaping effects to change the tonal quality of your sound. So it's best to use your ears with this. If we go ahead and turn this on by clicking on the name there, character. If I turn that back off, there's not much of an effect because our sound and amount is in the default positions, but I'm going to set these to an extreme amount just to make this very obvious. So the sound is going to affect the tonal quality. The amount is kind of like a dry wet blend that's going to allow you to adjust how much of the dry signal from the oscillator 1 is coming through in relation to the character setting that we have here. So let's then listen to that again. Okay, and then let's just give a listen to a couple more. All right, and one more maybe. So definitely experiment with all of these different ones. You're going to get a different character to your sound when you choose those, and play around with your sound and amount to get to the desired tone and color of the sub that you're looking for your song. Now let's go ahead and move on to the effects section. Now here we're on effects A, but if we click on the effects B tab, we have distortion that's available. And this is going to help you to get more of that grimy, gritty sound if that's what you're looking for. So once we click on the name, that's going to be activated, and let's check that out. And let's take the drive up to take this to an extreme setting so we can really hear how this is going to affect our sub. And there's a variety of different ones here that we can choose from. Let's try out a couple more. Let's try out the hard tube. Let's take the drive down a little bit. So again, another area to experiment with the different settings here and the drive control. Now we don't have to limit ourselves to the effects within Mai Tai or the distortion in Mai Tai. So if I deactivate this, I'll caps lock to close out that QWERTY keyboard, and F7 to come to the effects. Another thing that we could take a look at is if you're using the professional version of Studio One, I'm not sure if this comes in the artist, but we can check out the pedal board. So let's click and drag that onto our track with the Mai Tai. Close out the browser. Pull this down a bit. Now, when we come to the first slot here, we can click on the down arrow. And these are designed to be used with guitars, but there's no reason why we can't experiment with these on our Mai Tai and our sub, our 808. So let's give a listen to the big fuzz. I'll open up the virtual keyboard again, and to start, I'm gonna bypass this so we can hear how it sounds before we add this effect. Now let's go ahead and take the bypass off. We've got tone control. Let's try out something else here. Maybe the wah wah. Why not? Let's take this level control up. And we've got some presets up at the top. Let's take our punch down a little bit. And let's give a listen to one more, maybe the Tube Dreamer. We can experiment with the drive. Okay, so that's the pedal board. You've got a A lot of different pedals that you can experiment with. So definitely check this one out, but let's close this and move on to the bit crusher. So let's bring that and put it on our track. Now some of these are going to sound a little bit junk, the presets, but you may be able to find something that's going to work with your 808 and give you the sound that you want. You can also experiment with the individual controls here, but so right now, the default, let's try the 16-bit. The adult drum. Let's try one more, maybe hot cable. And the last thing, let's remove this. Of course, you can experiment with any effect that you'd like, but one other one that may be useful for you to help you get the sound that you want is the red light district here. Let's bring that onto our track and check out the default. Let's check out some. We can also take the drive up here. Let's check out a couple of these presets. All right, so there's lots of experimenting that you can do with the different effects and presets, as well as the different parameters in these effects that you bring in and put on your Mai Tai. So the last thing to keep in mind that I would say is just remember to experiment with the different settings, and remember that the kind of interplay between these effects and parameters that you're using is going to make a big difference. So right now, let's come back to the bass drum membrane. So if we were to choose something different in the character section, it's trying to make me out into a liar here. But you can hear the different, how this is affecting your sub. So once this is affected here and is routed through to the effect that you're using, you know, the character, the drive, the punch is all going to interact with the effects that you're using. So just experiment, experiment, experiment. And eventually you'll get to the point where it'll only take you 5 or 10 minutes to get to the type of 808 that you're looking for the particular song that you're working for. So if you are a lover of 808s and bass like me, I hope that this has been helpful for you to create some of your own sub bass. And we will wrap up here. Thank you for watching.